Hi, welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're here to talk about the movie Kraven the Hunter. It is the newest film in Sony's Spider-Man universe, which doesn't have the greatest track record. At this point, I'm sure everyone is aware of that. You already know how I feel about Sony and their handling of their poor excuses of Spider-Man movies. I can't be the only one here to say this, but I wish they would just hang it up and fully sell the rights to Spider-Man back to Marvel. I mean, what's the point of these standalone Spider-Man villain movies if there's going to be no involvement from Spider-Man? Help me make sense of that. Anyways, in this movie worth watching, well, let's talk about it. The movie story follows Kraven's complex relationship with his ruthless father, Nikolai Kravinoff, who starts him down a path of vengeance with brutal consequences, motivating him to become the greatest and most feared hunter in the world. Thank God this is the last of the Sony Spider-Man universe, because I don't know how much I can take. But yes, Sony has officially confirmed that they are done making these movies. I can't say that Kraven the Hunter is not as bad as Madam Web or Morbius, but it's still bad regardless. Obviously, this movie has a lot of issues, which of course I will talk about later. However, there are a couple of redeeming qualities, which includes both Aaron Taylor Johnson and some fun action scenes. Kraven the Hunter is one of the most iconic Spider-Man villains, but yet again, Sony fails to understand the character. Even though this is a poor interpretation of Kraven, I will say that Aaron Taylor Johnson did a great job playing the character. He effortlessly loosens himself into the role and does really great what he has to work with. When it comes to the action scenes, I actually had a great time with them. They're over-the-top bloody and just downright intense. I don't know what else to say except for the fact that the many action scenes are exhilarating to watch. As for the writing, it's a complete disaster. The plot is non-existent until like the second act of the film. The dialogue is atrociously terrible. And I just hated how the characters were written with some of the most terrible decisions they make. To say that this is an abysmally written movie is quite the understatement. Special effects wise, they're all really bad. So bad, in fact, that they're comparable to sci-fi original films. That doesn't tell you how terrible they are, then I don't know what will. I'm simply at a loss for words with how cheap looking the CGI special effects are. Even the movie is way much longer than it needed to be. Should only be like 90 minutes long, but they decided to make it 2 hours long. You can definitely feel the sluggish pacing at times, and for the most part during the downtime of the film, I was completely bored out of my mind. I just wanted the movie to end. With all that said, this is not the worst of the Sony Spider-Man list universe, but it's still bad. I definitely don't recommend seeing this movie at all. Overall, Kraven the Hunter is a vile film that ends on a sour note, as it marks the end of an era of these terribly made supervillain movies. It's a good riddance for sure, because you just love to never have to see any more of these type of movies anymore in the future. Like I said earlier, this movie is not a downright complete total failure, but it's still mind-numbingly awful. I give this movie a D. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep up my real reviews.